Hey everybody, this is Keith here of Euphoria Pictures. Welcome back to my channel. So a few months ago I bought this release of Dune. It's a phenomenal looking release and I will leave the link in the description below if you do want to check it out. But in that video I said that I bought that from a company called Koch Films. Now I was well aware of this company. I was buying a lot of their media books, but I was buying them directly from Amazon Germany and never from them. So when I went onto their website, that's where I came across that Dune set, because it was exclusive to their website. So I said in that video that if they brought out any more kind of nice collectibles, something similar to Dune and that, I would go back to them. And rest assured, a couple of weeks ago I went on and I came across 4 Steelbooks. So 4 incredible looking Steelbooks. For 4 movies that one would question whether or not they should get Steelbook editions. But it just worked out that the 4 films, I just happened to like them. And I couldn't wait to get my hands on them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 4 days, 4 Steelbooks, 4 videos. And I'm going to show each one of these Steelbooks off in individual videos. Because when you do see them, they deserve their own videos. They just look absolutely spectacular. So let's get onto it. And the first film that Steelbook I'm going to be showing is the 1986 sci-fi Invaders from Mars. Now this film was directed by Tobe Hooper. It was probably one of the best phases of Tobe Hooper's career. It just came off the back of the likes of, he had Funhouse, he had Poltergeist, Life Force, then he had this movie. And then he followed this movie with Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. So it was a great part of his career, but I never actually seen this movie before. And we watched it last night, and my fiance turned around and asked me, did I ever watch it? And I said, I seen it, and I was like, no, I never seen it before. And I started describing a movie to her that I remember seeing as a child. And it was these aliens, they kind of land on Earth, and they land in this small town, and they start turning the people into kind of these mindless zombie puppets. And the way it's done is they bring them to this kind of sand dune. And when you stand on this sand dune, you sink down into it. And then when you come back, you're basically a mindless puppet. And so when we started watching this movie, to my absolute amazement, this was the film that we were watching. The film that I described to Ellen was the movie. And I could not believe it. I had the biggest smile on my face. I couldn't believe what I was about to watch. And it was great to actually revisit the movie. Now, granted, the film hasn't aged very well at all. It's not as good as near as good as I remember it. The first half of the movie has that definite kind of Puppet Masters kind of invasion of the Body Snatchers feel, but then the second half of it kind of goes into this kind of real like sci-fi B movie kind of thing, you know. And if Tobe Hooper was going for that, I have to admit he captured it absolutely beautiful, especially when you do see the Martians in it. To say they look a bit dated would be a huge understatement. Now, a lot of people turned and said about Tobe Hooper when he directed Poltergeist that it never felt like a Tobe Hooper movie. It felt more like a Spielberg movie. And this film is quite similar, if I'm being completely honest. This film was written by Dan O'Bannon, and if you're wondering who he is, he directed Return of the Living Dead. And when you do watch this movie, there is a lot of similarities to Return of the Living Dead. And so I think he was, again, heavily influenced, Tobe Hooper, in this movie by Dan O'Bannon. But look, I watched it. I'm happy I did watch it. Granted, it wasn't as good as I remembered it. So, but still very happy to pick it up. So, right, let's open this up and we'll give you a close look at the Steelbook. Right, so here we go. Invaders from Mars. And the artwork is... it really, really is extraordinary. Look at that. It just has every kind of colour you could possibly want on a Steelbook. And again, like I said at the start of this video, the Steelbook, the artwork really captured that B-movie effect so well. So a huge well done to Koch Films on that. It looks absolutely extraordinary. So I'll take us to the spine of it here. And then I'll take us around to the back of it, the J card. So I'm going to just zoom in quickly so you can see all the features you get with this. So one of the first things you'll notice with the Blu-ray, the bonus features, yes, you do get the 1953 edition of this movie. You get a US cut and you get a European cut of it as well. And it is on Blu-ray as well, which is going to keep a lot of people happy. There's an incredible amount of features. You got some documentaries in there as well. So I have to give credit when credit's due. To get so much features for such a relatively unknown Tobe Hooper movie is absolutely extraordinary. So yeah, that is the J card. So I'm going to remove this off so I can give you a full look at the Steelbook itself. Hopefully it'll come off yet, no problems at all. So I'm going to open this up and I'm going to show you the Steelbook in full, and look at that. I honestly cannot praise it enough. It is definitely up there with one of the finest looking Steelbooks I've ever seen. It's even the left side, it just looks absolutely extraordinary. So again, well done, Koch Films. So then take us around to the back, the inside of the Steelbook, and I'll take these out quickly for you. So that is the first disc, that is your Blu-ray. And then move that to the side, and this disc is your special features. And then this is the inside artwork for the Steelbook. If you can, hopefully you can sort of see that. So that is the Steelbook, and I really do think they've done a phenomenal job on it, and very, very happy to finally have it in my collection. Right folks, so there you have it. That is Invaders from Mars, and I was not lying, the artwork is just absolutely exquisite on it, and I cannot wait to show the other 3 Steelbooks off. The artwork is just as good on the other 3 as well, so again, looking forward to showing them off. So like I said during this video, I did watch this film. I watched it last night, and for picture quality, look, I'm not going to talk about too much about it. It's Invaders from Mars. It's a relatively unknown Tobe Hooper movie. It is what it is. It's probably the best the film will ever look. But having said that, it's nothing to write home about. It just gets the job done, as well as the audio on it. Don't expect any kind of like breathtaking audio. It's a kind of you know, there's barely any surround activity from it. It's just all coming from the front of your room. Nothing too drastic. And look, I can't complain. It is what it is. It's Invaders from Mars. So I wasn't expecting a whole lot from it from the get-go. So that is it, folks. That is my first Steelbook that I've showed off for Koch Films. And again, looking forward to showing the other 3. So that's it. So as per usual, if you did like this video, please do give it a thumbs up. And if you could leave a comment down below. And let me know if you have actually seen this movie. I'm very curious to hear what you're going to say out there. And yeah, I hope to see you all again real soon with my next video. Until then, I'll see you soon. Bye bye.